There are laws now on the books that are very persecutorial of fathers. There are way too many fathers who are kept out of their children's lives, who are treated as second-class citizens. This has to stop. And the camera around here, you see Legislative Hall. Beautiful, spacious hall that it is. It's where the state legislators meet to make our laws. To make our laws. The will of the people. Something has happened to that. It's become the will of people who don't really care about what's in the best interest of families, of children, of fathers, or even...
I know we've both been here before. I recognize your scars just as my own, and I know how deep they burn. I know inside you have your doubts, but the one thing I can't seem to figure out is why you chose your pain over my love. Reach out your hand, I promise to meet you halfway.
Start of the first ever Delaware Fatherless Day and Family Reform Rally. Today at Legislative Mall. Today is June 13th, Friday before Father's Day. I have amassed a small grouping of people. Today we are marching outside of Legislative Hall to protest family law reform. We are fathers, we are mothers, we are sons, daughters, grandparents, brothers, sisters, and we are marching for change. I have Judy from Bikers Against Child Abuse. Hello, Judy. Would you like to explain briefly why you decided to come join us today on this march?
Because Delaware courts are not equal to fathers. They give the children to abusive mothers, and a good father doesn't get to see their child very much at all. Bikers Against Child Abuse support this organization because they're out there to help us get these children properly taken care of. Thank you.
So when you say child abuse, sounds like you're including in that the emotional and psychological abuse that a child can receive by having his father not allowed to be in his life like he needs to be.
Right.
Okay.
There is so much abuse. Everybody always thinks sexual or physical.
Exactly.
There are so many other abuses, neglect, emotional. And without a father in their life to give them some guidance, it just kind of gets willy-nilly to where the child believes the mother's always right. Or whichever parent has primary, where it needs to be 50-50. And if the child chooses to live with one parent or the other, that should be the child's choice. They're little people, they're not stupid. So they need to be allowed to also choose. So I'm here with BACA, and we support the fathers because we see that the fathers, especially here in Delaware, are getting a very wrong turn because most of the court systems believe females make better mothers. And that's not always the case.
Not always true.
Well, I started because of my daughter. I'm trying to get 50-50 custody with my daughter. And since I've joined, I've found many fathers who don't get to see their kids and are worse off than I am. But the laws need to change to support our kids. That's why I'm here.
I agree 100% that custody should be 50-50, equal rights. I'm here not only because I support the cause, I'm here for my son, 9 years old, Angelo Costantino. For the past 9 years, I've battled with not being able to see my son as much as I'd like to. There is no visitation enforcement in Delaware. I would like to be able to see my son more, and I would like to see 50-50 rights become more than just a usual name in a courtroom. I want to see it in action.
Today.
Because I think parenting should be equal, man or woman. Women should not use their kids as pawns against the dads of these kids. I mean, kids need their dads in their lives, regardless. You know, I think it should be equal parenting, they shouldn't automatically put the children in the mother's hands. You know, it should be equal. So, I'm here to support it. Hopefully these guys over here will see that we mean what we're talking about and do some changing. So.
Very good.
Hi, again, my name is Janet Reed. My son is Paul. The reason I am supporting all of this is one, fathers should have equal rights as mothers do. My son is also, he has been falsely accused of abuse when he was not. He is a perfectly fantastic father and daddy to my 1-year-old grandson. This PFA, protection from abuse orders that are false. There is no proof of these, and the courts, they just agree with every woman, it seems like, just so they can stop the kids from seeing their daddy. That is wrong. There needs to be proof of all accusations. These kids need their daddy as well as their mommy. It takes two parents. Thank you. We have another honk over there. Honk if you're for 50-50 rights for fathers and mothers all across the nation, all across the world. It should be 50-50. They should both share equal rights of taking care of the child, loving the child, being with the child, having fun with them. So thank you all for who supported us, backing us in the future, in the past, right now. Thank you all so much, and I'm really proud of my son, Paul. We are here to start a revolution, change some laws. In some courts, you're innocent until proven guilty. In other courts, you're guilty until proven innocent. If you don't have the money to prove that you're innocent, then you remain guilty, and this is wrong. It needs to stop now. So that's a main reason why we're here. Thank you. Again, thank you, all supporters.
I feel like it's something that is long overdue. My personal experience has been with the Delaware system of injustice, the family court system. I was a victim of false allegations of domestic abuse, violence, 9 PFAs in 3 years, 9 false arrests in 3 years. A cumulative total of 24 criminal charges, all in the time span of 3 years. Eventually, it was discovered that the person who was initiating those allegations was fraudulently doing so, filing false police reports, filing false PFAs, and so they were eventually arrested. And every charge against me has subsequently not only been dismissed, but my record has been expunged at no expense to me.
Very good.
The state took care of that. I'm very thankful for that. But it took 3 years of hell for that to take place, and it makes me wonder, am I the tip of the iceberg? And I believe that I am. I believe that this system calculatingly destroys families. The family court's motto, part of it is to preserve the family unit. Well, my experience has been to the contrary. It has been the family court system is set up to actually destroy the family. When the state rewards and encourages these false allegations to occur, it keeps the father out of that child's life. Okay, and I think that an organization that you have gotten started here is a very good thing, because the only way things are going to change is if we get involved politically, if we get involved legislatively. Right across the road here is the state capitol, it's the state legislative hall. And I was speaking to a representative of a child support enforcement agency, and I was in disagreement about something, and that's regarding the suspending of driver's license of those, without a hearing if you fall behind on your child support. Taking away the only means that you have to get to a job once you are able to acquire a job. And so I was telling him how I disagreed with that. And he said, well, it's the law. And I said, well, that law needs to change. He said, you can't change the law. And I thought to myself, that's where you're wrong, because we, the people, can affect these laws. And I think that's how we get these kind of laws that are completely out of touch with what's in the best interest, not only of the citizens, but of the children themselves, is we don't get involved. We allow these kind of unjust laws to be enacted by not being involved in the legislative process. And I'm very thankful that you've started this group, and I'd like to see the one way that we can make a change is to directly contact the state legislators that are right over here in this building who are doing nothing to protect fathers' rights. And I'm glad that you're doing what you're doing.
I'm here to support Gordon and every other father that should see their children have every right. Unfortunately, I have 2 children and a grandbaby on the way, and their father has every right to see them and chooses not to. He hasn't seen them in the last 4 years. Doesn't even know he's got a grandbaby coming. Doesn't know, doesn't care. Don't pay child support. So, unlike fathers that want to see their children, don't get to, and he's one of those that gets to and chooses not to.
How does it make you feel that fathers such as myself and Gordon that have been fighting tooth and nail for our children are automatically classified in the same genre as their baby father?
It makes me angry because there are good fathers out there that need to see their children as well as the children need to see their father, and they just don't get to see it. And here the law won't touch my ex-husband, but yet they're holding other fathers for dumb stuff and not allowing them to see their children for craziness.
Well, I decided to come out and join you guys because I object to the court system, either a family court or otherwise, being used to bully and intimidate other people. And that's what's happening in a lot of cases with these false PFA orders. I don't have any direct experiences, but I have friends that have been through it, and I've seen the damage that it can do to people, both financial and damaging their reputation.
Wrote myself a letter this morning.
Thank you, Honk, if you agree.
Turns out I ain't got much to say.
Wow.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
And that's so great, too. Because they don't believe in the Father.
Cause when you're chasing ghosts, well, there ain't no use running. They'll find you anyway.
I helped one of my clients with custody.
You never give her one of these?
Really?
You mind if I
Can we give her one of these?
Absolutely.
put you on the... Okay, I guess so.
Sad thing is, we are said to be pro-woman state.
Yeah.
That's a pro-woman state.
Yep.
Right.
Equal rights. That's all we're looking to get.
Have you had experiences?
Absolutely.
Have you?
Absolutely.
Right.
Several times.
Okay.
And regardless of what the mother did, no matter what she did, she was the one who was always with.
Wow. Well, I appreciate you sharing that with us.
Good luck, you guys.
Yes, ma'am.
I really
All
wish
right.
you well. There needs
Take
to be
care,
a
man.
change.
All right. God bless.
Yeah, several friends told me not to go to court. Leave it alone. Be happy with what I got. And I could get less time. And I said, you know what? I might get less time, but my daughter will know. My daughter will know how much I love her.
She was the type of mom, she didn't want anything to do with him. Didn't want me to have anything to do with him. Dropped him off at her father's house or her mother's house.
Thank you, sir.
It just wanted me to have nothing to do with his life. And it's been a constant battle ever since.
There are laws put into place now. For instance, the fraudulent use of protection from abuse orders. Attorneys who will advise their clients during a divorce or custody hearing to go get a protection from abuse order and allege anything, exaggerate anything, whether or not there was an actual abuse or not, because they know that it is a powerful weapon in any divorce or custody hearing, fraudulently obtaining protection from abuse orders.
False protection orders. That is the most damaging tactic used in family court to gain access of marital assets and custody of the children. No evidence is needed when filing a protection from abuse order. They are damaging, they are life-changing, and they can ultimately destroy a person.
Back of a hand, it didn't take too long for me to understand. Some things in life never come to you for free. Oh, you gotta sink or swim, 'cause this life you choose will never come around again. Well, I don't pretend to know it all. Sometimes I rise and sometimes I fall, but it's easier to break than it is to bend. You can sell your soul for fortune and fame. searching for a reason. Now you're looking for a sign. And is this worth the life you're living? Or is it all just a waste of time? And everybody here is missing something that they lost along the way. If it's someone's faith, others' illusion, but in the end it always turns out to be the same. There are angels down Broadway, and you can tell them by the broken ways. And if you feel like you're alone and lost in Broadway, then come on over and they'll invite you in. There are cracks on the ceiling, and there are holes in the wall. Every time I feel like leaving you, I just can't stand to take the fall. Cries for a mouth she knows she'll never feed. Another world away, a baby's born to hate away a life too hard to understand. So tell me who's to blame. There's not enough angels, not enough to save us, not enough to keep us from falling down, to keep us from falling down. Cross burned, another lesson learned from a generation taught to fear. Another's way to rise, another way to fight among the shackles on their feet. Another world away, another price is raised as the ratings rise on TV. But will anyone remember? There's not enough angels, not enough